All right, before we go any further, I got something I gotta show you.
What you got?
New toy from the toy box. This is a nail bomb. You gotta be really careful. This thing blows, it shreds any... All right, before we go any further, I got something I gotta show you.
What you got?
New toy from the toy box. This is a nail bomb. You gotta be really careful. This thing blows, it shreds anybody standing nearby.
Yeah, I've seen your handiwork.
Pretty good, huh?
This time it's gonna be different. I just know it.
What do you mean?
We're gonna be there. The Fireflies. I'm sure of it.
Asshole should have known. Asshole should have known better. Asshole should have known better. If you're gonna steal, you better make sure you get it. Asshole should have known better. If you're gonna steal, you better make sure you get away with it. Right? I would have.
Doing that.
Asshole should have known. Asshole should have known better. You're steal. Asshole should have known better. If you're gonna steal, you better make sure you get him! Asshole should have known better. Asshole should. Asshole should. Asshole should have known better. If you're going to... Asshole should have known better. If you're going to steal... Get him! Asshole should have known better. If you're going to...
Where'd you go?
Wait, are you serious? Wait, are you serious?
I got served the damn papers this morning.
Wait, are you serious?
I got served the damn papers this morning.
Hey, we're gonna search this area. See what we come up with.
That was intense. You cool?
Yeah. Let's go find that radio tower.
Hey, maybe we can find something in that boat over there.
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy? Hello? What was that all about? Dad? Daddy? What was that? There's his phone. There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Does anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Jeez. Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here. Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, I am warning you! Go!
You shot him.
Sarah.
I saw him this morning.
Listen to me. There is something bad going on. And you've got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on. Come on.
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit. You got blood all over you.
It ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
You're saying half the people in Sydney lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something. You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Can we hear us on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
No cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
He said where to go?
They said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway. No getting into Travis County.
We need to get the hell out. Take 71.
71, I swear.
Did they say how many are dead?
Probably a lot. Found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue. But we ain't the only town. At first they were saying it's just the South. Now they're going on about the East Coast, the West Coast. Holy hell. That's Lewis's farm. I hope that son of a bitch made it out.
I'm sure he did.
Are we sick?
No, of course not.
How do you know?
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
That's right, he did. We're fine, trust me.
All right.
Let's see what they need.
What do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
I got a kid, Joel.
So do we.
But we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
Stop!
You ain't seen what I seen. Someone else will come along.
You should have helped him.
This is bad. Everyone and their mother had the same damn idea.
good. Just backtracking.
What the fuck, man? Let's go!
Tommy!
Holy shit!
Whoops. Hey, our game. I was muted. I didn't realize it. I'm making the tutorial, but
Can't stop your time. I can't fucking drive through! Go back up there! They're behind me too! There, hold on! Go!
but you still get plenty of like your ammo is pretty much going to last you an entire run, even if you still don't need it. And then you want to mash your triangle bumps right here. And then here's now this area is random.
What is it?
Really hurts.
Before we start running, one thing I'm gonna mention is this area is random. The only person who isn't random is Tommy. We're talking about the remastered here. So in the remastered, the NPCs are random and they will fuse through you. It's just kind of random. If you watch my inputs, you'll be able to see this. Yeah, that's it. Anyway. So you basically want to get ahead of Tommy so he'll push you. And then around your corners if you have to. And then turn camera. Okay, there's something else I need to mention here. If a runner jumps out of that window, Tommy will watch back and watch that person get attacked. If that happens, you'll lose 2 seconds if he's just looking. So it's random. You have no control over that, by the way. If that doesn't happen, he'll still go. But if that does happen, you can still go. But that's it. And it happens, so it's good. And then you see I got blocked. Alright. And then that's it. Alright, so then do this. Yeah, so he basically just lags behind. Alright, so the next thing coming up here is Tommy lagging behind. So yesterday, if anyone who was watching, if you just go straight and ignore the camera placement, Tommy will really lag behind. One run, Anthony had a run where he just ignored the camera placement and then he died as a result. But right here, so you want to turn the camera and then you should be fine.
Keep going! Find your way out of here! Come on!
And then turn to the left. Yeah, it can be weird. And that's it for the intro, basically. Now, I'll talk about some things like after the once we get to the skip cutscene. Alright, so there's going to be certain areas where we restart encounter throughout the run. Some of it moves you further, it puts your companions further, skips dialogue, it does a bunch of different things. And this restart encounter is different. You have to wait a second to do restart encounter. Because some restart encounters... Alright, but yeah. Some restart encounters just put you further. Some of them despawn enemies. They don't despawn enemies, I don't know what I'm saying now, but like they put you further. And yeah, and it like skips in-game cinematics. Like it does a lot of stuff compared to like a normal, compared to not doing restart encounter. But this restart encounter you can't do right away. You have to wait less than a second. Here, I will show you. And then restart encounter, and then this restart encounter puts Tess and Joel out of here. It says about 14 seconds, and it skips them, like the camera panning down them leaving the building. And then now all you can do is walk. Now remember what I said about the camera resetting itself? Well, and also before I get into that, one thing you need to do is what I like to do is I like to look down at Tessa's feet. I do that because like I don't want to bump into her. And then you just walk. And then the camera will reset itself. Now, on normal, hard, survivor, and grounded, it doesn't do that. Only easy mode. That does that. And then, you'll see some other stuff once we get there.
Look at that.
And then all we can do is just walk. Or not walk, but jog. Now it's faster to go over here. And then just walk right here. So two things coming up. Which I'll get into the first one. There's a quick turn coming up here, and you can't quick turn until you satisfy the game and do that quick turn. So it's just it's left and then X. So I run to the left of that cone, and then I go through the door. Alright, so right here, Tess is gonna give us a med kit here, and you cannot move until she gives you that med kit. So this is just X, up, and R2. Now, let me show you my controls. I aim with L2, R2. You can aim with L1, R1, which is what Anthony uses, but for me, it's L2, R2. It's this part, what do you mean? And all you can really do is just walk. Now, a third guy's gonna join us. Now, normally we get in front of this guy, So he'll launch us down the hallway, but since we don't have maximum health, which I should mention here, so with maximum health, or with increased healing speed, we're already in front of this guy. But since we have increased healing speed, we don't have to just, you know, like trying to get in front of him. It's really slow because we still have to go back and try to just see if we can get it, but then you're still losing runs because you can't really get it, so we just walk past him. Now you can walk either two ways here. This game is called The Last of Us, but so, and then you can get in front of Tess. So now see what I mean. You can sometimes get in front of Tess here, but it's kind of perfect timing. But if you bump into him, he will just, he'll kind of slow you down. You'll lose a couple seconds for a minute. I'm not sure how many seconds, but like, I know it's a couple. My estimate would be like 5 seconds. Now you don't want to launch. You really just don't want it. So I'm not going to get it.
Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Nice. And I think I need to mention is there's another restart encounter coming up. Now there's a little backup you can do there by pushing Tess out of the way. That was the worst thing that would have happened. Now I would have reset it over that. Beginner, I don't think you would want to reset over that because you want to get your runs in as much as possible. Alright, so here's another restart encounter. So a minute ago, if you restart encounter, it sends you all the way back and you have to heal over again. Yeah, you don't want that. The one thing you want to do is wait until you hit this invisible line. Here, I'm gonna walk very slowly. Here, I'm gonna pause this. Inputs. And then you restart encounter. Now, if I walk back, it says less than a minute ago, but now we do this restart encounter, and it puts us in here along with Tess.
How we love it over here.
It saves like a second. And then I just like to knock over the bottles, but
Joel, give me a hand with this.
and then all we can do is just walk, and then we just come down here, and then we just jog. Nothing really much going on over here.
Let's grab our gear.
And then we walk over towards over here because we want to boost up Tess a little faster.
Backpacks over here.
Now, here, I'll show you. I'm gonna stand right here. So once, where I'm standing at is where we need to just press triangle. Here, I'll show you. So we turn around and then there. Now this is what we call in the speedrunning industry fast Tess. And then reload our gun. Now you'll see me throw a punch because Joel will teleport his gun to his back pocket. So that way, if we just press triangle, and then Joel will put it away, and you'll lose about a second. Now this trick I'm about to show you says about 2 seconds, which is the one we just did. Now one thing I'm gonna mention is, yeah, I'll get there, but talking, but so maximum. So you see this is everything upgraded. So yeah, I'll get there. Tesla talking, but yeah. So all this stuff is upgraded. Now, I can't show you listen mode till we actually get there, which we'll talk about more about listen mode once we get to our first infected encounter. So all this stuff is upgraded, and also, look at the weapon sway. I'm going to talk about more of this once we actually get to winter, but this is how the gun, like, stays still. On the other difficulties, it just always moves around. It's like this. Kind of goes in the U angle. But, you see, it's not moving. It's perfect. And then we boost up Tess. I just like the throat punch there.
Come on.
And then that's weird. Yeah. It can be. Alright, so now the next thing I'm gonna show you right here is your walking speed. So this is what Joel walks like normally. Now you don't want to go out this side. Here, let me show you. So this is where we came out of. And then we want now to stand up and then crouch like this. One thing you don't want to do is stand up right away, then do that. I mean, actually, let's do that again. So come out, stand up, and then crouch like that. And then now don't stay crouched the whole way. It's actually really slow. Now this is faster than this, or this is faster than this. Going to a crouch is much faster than going into a walk, because there's going to be some areas where we're forced to just crouch and then we can walk, and some areas we can't crouch, we can't really do anything, all we can do is walk. You'll see some examples once we get there, and I'll talk about that. So stand up, crouch, and then once you hit this invisible line right here, somewhere around right here, this is when you can start jogging again. Now once you hit that invisible line, you can't walk unless you're letting go of sprint, then you can, but and then you can jog for a little while.
Where's the ladder?
It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Now here's another thing about ladders. You want to be directly on them. Now where I like to pick it up is from right here.
Great, bring it over.
And there's no one of those examples. Joel spent like a second putting it away. Then he'll pick it up right away. And yeah, drop it though. But
Got it.
see, Joel's gonna take a giant step just trying to pick up that. Yeah, you don't want that. You also don't want to be too far away from trying to go across.
Got it.
Great.
Sometimes Joel will pick it up like that, but you can. This one doesn't really matter. You can pick it up from anywhere, but for me, I like picking it up
Great, bring it over.
right here. And then walk and you place ladder. You want to place it closer, otherwise Joel will take just a giant step.
You must be
And now coming up here is another restart encounter. And it says hold L and X and then restart encounter. Now, if that wouldn't work, I would have to go pick up the ladder and put it back in here again. It's kind of weird. But if you do restart encounters too early, it won't work. It will just make you, you'll have to redo a section over again. And that saves like half a second.
Down through here.
Because I think it does, but... Oh yeah. Hold up. Now, something you don't want to do is just jog the whole way. Here, let me show you what happens if you jog the whole way. Joel will like launch and you'll be further away from the ladder. Or not from the ladder, but from the stairs. So you want to let go of sprint. So you go down here, so around your corners, let go of sprint, and then you just go from there. So once Tess says something easy to unload, and then once she says that, you can just crouch. And then somewhere around here, you can start jogging again. You don't have to press that, but you don't want to just, you know. And then once you get over here, you want to crouch, let go of crouch, and then a crouch, and then press the triangle button. And then, now you don't have to press those triangle prompts, but I just like to press it down just to press it down. Now there are going to be some optional conversations, which you'll see throughout the run, that you're forced to use. Now I'll talk more about that in part 2 of the tutorial. Now one thing I need to mention is on easy, normal, and hard, and survivor, there's 2 of these you can get. On grounded there's 1. And then, but we don't get this. We don't need it. I mean, you can get it if you want to. It's optional. But for me, I like skipping it, and I'm not gonna get it. But if you just feel safe, just running out of ammo, just guess you really wouldn't need it. Don't join back in. What? Anyway. And then now on easy, normal, and hard, listen mode is a thing. Now you can easily disable it if you want to. And right here, since there is listen mode, which we do use in a couple spots throughout the run, especially this area. Here, let me show you. You have to hold down on it. But if you have listen mode off, it'll just go right to the scene of the run. But just like with some other areas in the run, you cannot progress till you reload the gun. Just like with the pistol, you have to reload the pistol so you can like just move. So once I hold down, it's fine. You can just go. Now I'm gonna show this off perfectly and divide it into parts. So headshot. That is not how you do it. See, I can't even show it off even on perfectly on easy mode. That's the worst that could happen. So you notice something about this encounter is, if you restart encounter, he's angled a little bit more to the left. So right here. You just want to aim for his head. And that was really bad. I got grabbed there. Which can happen. It's fine. But if you're trying to go for world record, you don't want that. And there you go. Now one thing I need to mention is if you restart encounter a couple more times, you will, like, just... Oh god, what's it? You'll get more ammo drops, but you really don't want those ammo drops. So again, and then go. Now, you're thinking, hey Joel, why can't you run the whole way? This is why. You don't want to run the whole way. Because you can't really progress. I mean, you're not soft locked. It's just Tess is still inside fighting, and yeah, you just don't want that at all. But now one thing I'm going to show you is listen mode. On new game, listen mode isn't really like, you can't see from that. I mean, you could, but listen mode is more powerful on easy mode than it is with the other difficulties on easy new game plus. So I'm going to show you. And also, once we get showing you a crafting item, I can show you some stuff. So again, fire. That was bad. But shoot. And then you just want to crouch. Now, you can't jog, at least in some areas, where Joel will just take off his while taking off his mask. You have to crouch in some areas, but once you drop down, you just want to crouch. So as he's sprinting, we press down on circle and then stay crouched. And once we land in the water, or like close to that, towards that, here, I'll show you. And then we can jog again. Now something else I want to show off. Oh wait, I hit a checkpoint. And there's something very fast that I want to show off, but that's really it. Now, right here, we want to press triangle, and then we can go. But right here, there's something I want to show you, and we're doing this on easy mode, so this is fine. So now this launch is only possible on PS4 and PS5 because of the 60 frames per second. If you don't have that, well, yeah. And I also wouldn't recommend running this on PS3. PS4 or PS5 would be the best. But for this, it's PS4 latest patch. The one thing I want to show you before we head into the next area is, well, look at where, let's watch. Yeah, Joel's so, I want to show off where Joel's going to be. Or like, yeah, Joel's just going to take a giant step just trying to pick it up. So you want to be directly on top of it. That can lose you some time. But you don't want that either. If I'm restarting encounter, I am just trying to show you off so you don't like make mistakes like I'm doing in this run. But yeah, turn their corners. Now you can fuck it up here. It's because you're doing something wrong. If you pick it up in the middle, he'll normally just try to pick it up right away. Also, you don't want to be too far away, otherwise he'll take a giant step. Now you want to be fast here. You want to be fast.
It's a bit heavy.
Now something I want to show you is Tess. Now look at Tess. She's right there. Bloop. She teleported. It's about being fast enough. And we didn't really realize it either. It was just something that we just never really knew about this. Right here. But yeah. Now that is kind of difficult. I just like to launch right here. And then also one thing I like to do is stop sprinting and then start sprinting again. Alright, so coming up next is slums. Which we'll get into that once we enter here. And then recent encounter as soon as you get control of Joel. Now this can prevent a game crash, which you really just don't want. So restart encounter, it also saves half a second too, because it puts us further in here. Now, there's nothing really much you can do here, just knock over some chairs. Something I like to do funny is just do this. Just do this. It's funny. And then don't bump into Tess. Now it's also faster to go to the left of this girl. And then nothing much really here. All we can do is walk. Like I was saying earlier, all you can do is just walk. Nothing different. But yeah. Now let me show you something about this. So there's gonna be another restart encounter here. So around this wall right here, this is when we restart encounter. Now don't restart encounter too early, otherwise it'll send you back. And then we're able to jog again. Now there is a ration card skip, which isn't allowed in Glitchless. So all you basically just want to do here is just jog. Restart encounter, and then you can jog. That's why we do really do that one, because then Joel can still jog. But anyway. Coming up next is the slums. Which, actually, once we enter here, I can just go more into detail about this. So now you may be thinking, hey, why can't you just start the game from practice from chapter select? Well, that's because you don't want to just you don't want to restart encounter right away. You want to wait. But yeah. Anyway. So we're in the slums and we're going to be nailing 2 headshots. Now, we don't have to worry about ammo drops as much. One thing I will show you is what we need to do. And one thing I will show off, and this is where we're going to get into our first save file loading. We need to load up, we're going to load in an area. I'm going to make some save files and we'll show off the area perfectly, and then we'll divide it into parts. Now, so right here we're gonna nail 3 headshots. Or 2 headshots. So Tess is gonna shoot this guy, and then we're gonna shoot the other 2 guys.
Cover. Get the angle.
So here we go. Now, that area is a bit faster because of the fire rate. And then we also have more clips on our weapon. So, I won't be able to show it perfectly because first off I want to get the ammo drops I needed, and then not only that, it needs to be at different spots. Now, on unpatched and latest patch, they are in the same spot whenever you do this section the first time. Whenever you run up to them, they're in the same spot every single time. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now normally you could get a sprint here, and then now something I need to mention as well is that that enemy drops 6 every single time. Sometimes the other enemy will drop more too. Some runs I've had it where he's left where basically where he has it dropped in. So, but a lot of the times he will drop the ammo you need every single time. Grounded, he would have dropped 3 because the drops in grounded are more consistent, like easy mode. Anyway, and then Cash will boost this up. You don't want to have the gun in your pocket, or like you don't have the gun in your hand. But coming up next is the slums. In this area, I am going to make some save files because I want to redo a section over again and then show it to you. Let's see. Use this file. I'm going to use save game 3. You can use any file, but for this tutorial, it's going to be this file. But yeah, now coming up next is we're going to be nailing 3 headshots.
How do you know this?
Now, these 3 headshots are not going to be hard, and also we're going to turn the camera around right here. I'll explain some more stuff too, and then you'll get a sprint leap, and then you want to nail your first headshot. Now, hold up. Now something stupid is sometimes this guy will jump out of the window. Latest patch, it would have been over towards the door. Or not latest patch, unpatched, he would have been more towards the door. Latest patch, he's either going to be the window or he's going to be behind this wall. It's different. And then you go. Now, let me show you the movement. So, you crouch, sprint leap, headshot, boom. You would boom, get a headshot if you manage to get a shot on him. And then you just shoot this guy, you grab the key, and you go. Now I got the ammo for it this time. And then that's about it. Now, sometimes I've seen, one thing happened to me that was weird is that Tess, or the enemy that Tess killed, he dropped the key. Even though I killed this guy, and nope, and the game was just like, well, it's like you killed this guy for some reason, so it's like, I'm gonna have to let you drop the key. Now, you don't want to let the key be too close to here, because I've had it where the key has fallen beneath the floor one time, and you don't want that. Here, I'm gonna shut off again. So, again, this area is a lot more easier to time your shots because you also have lock on.
How do you know they're coming? Two of our guys died trying to take Tess out. Guaranteed the shooters over on the way here right now. We should take this job. Calm. Let's spread out and make sure no one's creeping around.
And you also don't want that. So you want to stand right here. On grounded, you would go over here. Easy mode, you can stand over there, which is where you want to be at. And also, that's what I was talking about. We don't have many ammo drops as we did before. Now this guy dropped ammo. And you just want to time your shots. So once we get over here, you want to crouch behind here, headshot, boom, another headshot, boom, and then right here I usually like to go for a headshot because if you manage to lay a headshot, he'll just die and you can save a lot of time. And also, this is the one thing I need to mention. Sometimes, I think I mentioned this in the intro, but I was accidentally on mute. Some enemies will drop ammo even though, or they won't drop ammo even though you're at an amount that you need. If you're at a certain amount, the game's just not going to give you the ammo that you need. It's dumb. I wish it wasn't like that. It would just give you ammo the way I want it to. But yeah, I'm going to show you off this next area. Now, we restart encounter. Grounded mode you don't. I even like to do it on grounded too, but anyway. Now this area is a bit different. Let me show you what the grounded strat is. And why you don't want to do it. Because it will lock on to him. It's because there's lock on enabled. If lock on wasn't, if I turn off lock on, it would just be the same as grounded. But let me show you the strat perfectly, and then I'll divide it into parts. So, see, this is the ammo. You have to pick up that. You can, whatever ammo you get, if you're low enough, I would recommend getting it. And then you just go. Wait a couple seconds, pick up the bottle, land your headshots. Now I'm pretty sure you restart encounter enough times, sometimes he'll run over here. Now this guy is over here. I've never actually seen him in that spot. I've seen him like run towards me, but I've never seen him in that spot. But yeah, now I like to shoot this guy. And then get the ammo that they drop, since if you're low enough. You really don't need it if you enter this section with more ammo. And then you headshot those two guys. Now since this is latest patch, they're in completely different spots. See, this is what I was talking about. No ammo, and I am on the easy. And it's bad. Now, it has to do with the restart encounters. I didn't think I killed him, but we can show it off again. There are some parts I need to explain. So
How do you know they're coming? Two of our guys died trying to take Tess out. Guaranteed the shooters over on the way here right now. We should take this job. Calm. Let's spread out and make sure no one's creeping around.
I'll turn the camera and then aim, and then get your headshot, and then that's the worst aiming I've seen. And then if you have to, if you're not feeling safe, you can get this, but it's most definitely faster to get the ammo that they need, or like they will drop, and then you just go on, and that's what we're going to do. Restart encounter. It's faster too. And it skips some of the dialogue. You don't have to pick up all the ammo. I will just in case, or I can show off some of the sections, and then there you just go. And then you hold it on triangle, and then you go. Now this part is a bit different. So normally if you're on another difficulty, but easy mode, say if let's say I'm on Survivor or Grounded, I need to run over to the left because you get alerted much more easier than you do on the other difficulties. Now, there's gonna be certain areas where I can only show this off to you once. Well, I can show it off to you more twice, but that's gonna be in part 2 of the tutorial. But so right here, we can leap over this. So I'll show this all to you perfectly, and I'll divide it into parts. Alright, so I'm gonna make a save file here, just in case, if I can't like redo it. And also one thing I didn't mention earlier is you throw a punch just like we did in another spot. But anyway, so let me show you what this is on Grounded or any other difficulties. Now this is what Grounded looks like. You pick up the brick and then you just go. Now you also saw we pick up the bottle. Grounded we pick up the brick. Now you may be thinking, well, why not just use the brick right here? Yeah, you don't want that. But you also don't want to do that strat I just did on easy mode. It's a lot slower. Really slow. Now you don't want to go this way. I mean, you can if you want to. You're gonna run towards this guy. Now this is a bit different because he's more closer. Now if you see, if you want to just practice this, you have to knock him down. And then we just run. I mean, you can throw, I forgot to throw a punch. Now normally he'll grab you. I should have knocked him down. So here, I'll show it off again. Punch. I'll have to throw it down once you go over here. Now he's in different spots. But this is pretty much it for the wharf. Nothing much really. Now, you can't, I think I could get past him. Well, I could, but it's not gonna be easy. So I'll just show it off. Like, you won't really experience this in a run. Now, I struggle with the hell out of this whenever I knock him down. Get alerted, that's part of the strat. You want to get alerted here. But then that's it, you just want to run towards the door. Now the restart encounters is what's messing up the lineups, enemy lineups. And then you just go. Now one thing I need to mention is once you come in here you hit a checkpoint. Now these enemies are normally supposed to be spawned. And then that's it. And then now we get the chase after Robert. And now we're going to the next section, which is the cargo. And then we skip the cutscene. And we pick up this wooden, this piece of wood here. Now we need it for another area. And 90% we skip it, but this is glitchless. So let me tell you how many hits there are on each weapon. And one thing I need to mention too is we have a HUD bar. Unlike grounded, you don't have one, so you can't really see how much health you have. So there's 4. Let me show you. There's 4. A bat has 8. A pipe has 9. And the other ones I'm missing. Yeah, those are the ones we pick up. The machete and the axe have. The machete has 3 and the axe has 9.
I know a way around this.
One thing I need to mention about New Game Plus too is we have all the training manuals too. And we also have all the holsters. We have both holsters too. But you'll see that once we actually get our other guns. So all we can do is just jog here. Now ignore that shiv. I explained that at the start. I'll explain it again because I was on mute by mistake. And then I have the camera off Marlene. And then you want to just take a wide turn so you can get in front of Marlene. And then that's it. Now this area, we don't need any save files because they're, the way you restart encounter is the same. Just like in the slums. Now we have a bottle from the slums, and I actually want to talk about that. So I'll show it up perfectly, and then we'll just divide it into parts. Then I'll go back and explain. And then you just go. Alright, so you may think, what if you sprint the whole way? Now, just like with the infected, if you sprint the whole way, you're going to get alerted. I mean, you can regress, but it's not really worth it. And if now I'm on easy mode, I can show you something called a stun lock. A stun lock is where you're shooting and you cannot move. See? I'm dead. Yeah. You don't want that. Now let me show you a way you can get out of a stun lock. And this can really affect the way the run goes. So for me, I like to just crouch. But yeah. But next coming up is the this section. So you want to stop sprinting halfway up the stairs. And then swing this way. And then you just go. I got stun lock there again. Now, there's nothing really much I need to show off here too much. Now, it's different here on Grounded because we have the brick. So we have the bottle from the slums, and this is why. Now, this is different. The spot that they're in is different. And then you just go, which I am just gonna go. I don't really have anything to show off here. And we swung at him because, well, we need that melee hit for later. We need it for another section in for the downtown fight, which we'll talk about once we get there. And then right here, it's another one of these areas where we can just where you're pretty much forced to walk. And then now we are pretty much just walking right here, or just crouching. And we're almost done with this tutorial. We've explained a lot. And then for every Thursday we'll make a tutorial. Anyway, so the reset encounter is right here. Is if we reset encounter halfway up the stairs, it'll put us right here. Now, don't be directly on a triangle prompt, otherwise, or just don't be like right in front of this, otherwise it won't work. And then skip the cutscene, and then all we can do is just jog here. We met up with Ellie, and now that's it. And then I will do a speedrun once I'm done with this. Now, hopefully this is helping you guys out. Yeah, that's literally just it. I explained as much as I could about the differences between easy and grounded. Also, here's another thing. I don't like doing my runs. If you just press triangle right away, yeah, you can do that, but I don't like doing that. I like to just push it all the way, because if you screw it up, you have to just push it back anyway. I just don't like doing that. And then don't climb from the edge, or yeah, don't climb from right here, because you're not gonna get that. So you just want to climb from the middle and then just go. And then this is it. Now I hope this is helping you guys out if you guys want to run the easy mode. And then we're gonna be back. And then take your turns, and then instead of just staying in school, just get the cutscene, and that's it. We'll get into this Thursday. So every Thursday, like for the next couple Thursdays, we'll be making our tutorials, which shouldn't take long. Well, I hope you guys are learning some stuff. And I will see you guys. Well, I'm gonna go live again and do more speedrun attempts, but I'll see you guys with more of the tutorial Thursday. So prepare to see me with some more speedrun tutorials, and I will see you guys right back for more speedruns. See ya.